We just pointed out.
And we are live, at least theoretically.
Did I actually say that one when we were live or
I
no?
don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Wow. So, hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to the most uninspired Fat Overlords ever, because Laura was not feeling inspired this week to watch Discovery Episode 2. Why is that?
Yeah, I didn't want. I honestly, I remembered episode 1 before, and so that's why I saw it before it happened. I was like, oh yeah, that came out. It's just not interesting to me right now. Um, I it's not that it's not Trek or that I hate it or anything. As I said, I think it's Trek. I think it's bad Trek, but I think it's Trek.
Right.
It's just I don't care. I don't care about the characters. I don't care about
Yeah, let me
what
say
they're going
this.
through.
I will not use the "it's not Trek" argument about anything like that, because, hey, I understand if people say it doesn't feel like Trek. I'm fine with people saying that kind of thing. But don't say it's not Trek, because it is. You know what? It's got the Star Trek name on it. It's owned by Paramount. They have the right to say it's Trek. The end. So, yes, it is Trek, and I appreciate the fact that you acknowledge that fact. But, yeah, it's not... We could definitely say it's not inspiring Trek, that's for sure. And
Well,
that's I think the big problem is that, if we look at Trek through the ages, for me back in, especially in the 70s, and for you a little bit later, of course, Trek was always something that made you look forward to the future. And of course, when Trek was in production, for people like during the production time of the Berman era and stuff, and of course when the films were coming out, and for people that were around when the original series was first in production, it was something where you were like, oh, I can't wait until next week. And right now it's just like, oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to watch it. And the only reason, and T'Pring, by the way, is going full on crazy. And notice, by the way, I'm convinced that that T'Pring is not an Earth dog. I'm absolutely convinced of that, because notice she's supposedly a Chihuahua. But do you hear anything? No. Have you ever heard of a silent Chihuahua? She's jumping around. She's going all sorts of crazy. She does this all the time. She doesn't make a sound. She's silent. She is never ever barks. Never. How is this a Chihuahua?
is she senile?
She's a puppy.
Okay.
She's like
They
2
can be-
months old. Or no,
can be
she's
senile.
more like 5 months old. Sorry, but
She's basically an adult by that standard.
what do you mean she's not even
I
old?
think I broke you. Hey, what do you mean? What are you talking about?
Anyway, she's it makes no sense. She's insane. Anyway, but yeah, there's like when I watched episode 2, and I was like, it was the most meh episode of Trek I've ever watched. And I mean, it was, I'll tell you, episode 2 was all about the anomaly. And it was them going to try and figure out what the anomaly was. And by the end of the episode, you know what they figured out? Nothing! They figured out nothing! The anomaly is just, they haven't figured it out. That's what they figured out, that they haven't figured it out.
Episode 1 or episode 2?
Episode 2!
Oh, okay.
At the beginning of episode 2, they're like, oh, let's go find out what the anomaly is. And at the end of the episode, they're like, oh, we didn't figure out what the anomaly is. It's like, oh, great.
They're like, darn.
That darn it, I guess we'll have to do something else.
Guess we'll have to do another 16 episodes to see
Yeah.
if we can figure out.
So
Uh,
yeah, and it's just yeah, and yeah, like the only thing, they've definitely they've gotten some more practice at using their now did you notice, and I know I mentioned it to you last time we talked, and you said you were going to look. I don't know if you bothered to yet. Did you notice the synchronized flamethrowers that they now have installed on the bridge?
yeah, I went back and saw that. Is that back in
Oh
Dazzling?
yeah, they're all over the place in episode 2. The rock ejectors and synchronized flamethrowers are back. So now every time they do something, they're going to have synchronized flamethrowers on the bridge.
Nice.
And it's like, oh great! So now every time they do something, flames shoot out onto the bridge. Great. Okay. Why not?
I mean, as you do.
So by the 32nd century, they've improved the technology to where it shoots flames at you instead of rocks.
Well, maybe they did it in a way so that it goes to that specific area, so that it's safe, so that you know where it is.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
See, that's what I figured. I'm here. I'm thinking these things through.
And
Yeah,
yes, Professor, it's scientifically accurate in that they collect a bunch of data and they're still confused. That's the most optimistic statement I've ever heard in my life. And thank you, Lore of Rittler. Lore of...
L'Oreal underscore Rietler $1. Hello, Laura. I'm so
Lore of
fucking
Rittler?
tired of you not getting the respect you deserve.
I like
Seen
the
Kyle
Riddler.
Mine Law.
Lore of Rittler? Lore of Rittler?
Okay.
Okay.
Did I send that one too?
I don't know. You told me to not reveal, right? Or people get offended if I reveal who
All of a
actually
sudden, with that one is. Then
Oh, do you
we
want
can't
me
say
to
if it's
reveal if
me.
you did it? I could
All of a
look it up
sudden.
if you want me to.
I mean, it's up to you, man. I still maintain it wasn't me to begin with.
Lore of Rettler. Hello, Lore. I'm Sofa King. Tired of you not getting the respect you deserve. Seen Kyle Mine Lore.
Seen Kyle Mine Lore?
Uh-huh.
I don't know what that means.
I'm sure you don't.
Was it from me? Look it up. No, do it. Was it from me? Look it up.
Let me see. Who was that from?
Yeah, look it up.
No, that one was not from you.
Yeah, exactly. I got no idea what it's saying either. So there you go.
So that one, I will give you credit, was not from you.
Yeah, I don't seen.
You know what you know what the scene Kyle is, right?
Oh, that's what he's saying. Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, the synchronized fire is just really is really lame. And so but yeah, they fly to the anomaly. They send book ship into the anomaly. They collect a bunch of data, and they just figure out, oh, the anomaly is not going in the direction they thought it was going to go. So it's not what they thought it was. And they're confused. That's pretty much the episode in a nutshell. And so yeah.
Is he still sad and stuff because of his he lost his planet?
Yeah. Book is definitely very sad about his planet. And yes, the anomaly does kind of look like the CBS logo. That is true, Jordan. And BK, hey. Oh, yes, and that is true, too. Thank you for pointing that out, Thomas. I forgot. For those of you that are fans of the classic television show Get Smart, they did incorporate the cone of silence into the bridge of Discovery. That is now a thing in canon in Trek.
There's a cone of silence.
Do you know what the cone of silence is from Get Smart?
I used to watch Get Smart. Was it where they could go in the middle and couldn't be heard or
Yeah.
something like that?
So they actually have the cone of silence in the middle. So, but I'm not making this up. You ready for this? So they're in the middle of all this crap, and Book is freaking out, right? Because all the crazy stuff is happening, and Book's ship is like shaking apart, and Stamets, a hologram of Stamets, is on the ship with Book. Long story, but and Stamets is going, oh, Book's freaking out, and he's not going to make it, right? And he's like, Book can't do it. And they're like, oh, you know what you need to do? You need to talk Book down. He's going to freak out. You need to talk him down. You need to stop being the captain and be his friend, right? So now, in any classic Trek, what would happen? The captain would just be, like if it was Kirk, if it was Picard, if it was any other captain, they would just change their demeanor right there on the comms, right? They would be, right. They would, and we've seen it. Think about, Kirk would be like, hey, it's Jim, or whatever, that we would hear that kind of thing, right? But no, she goes, get me a private channel, right? And I'm thinking they're going to switch channels on the comms for some reason, but that doesn't make any sense. But then all of a sudden, a force field in a circular pattern comes around her so that nobody else on the bridge can hear her.
Okay.
And then she can talk to her in private, talk to Book in private. So they actually have the cone of silence on the bridge. I'm not kidding.
That's special.
You know what? They needed to play the Get Smart music. They really
just look at the screen and smile.
Yeah, she should have. As soon she should have said, I need a secure channel and have the force field pop up and go dun dun dun. I mean, it was so bad. I couldn't believe they did that.
Right. Where was it? I guess it's in the middle of it because I'm looking.
It's towards the end. It's.
Oh, I want to
look for Burnham in the captain's chair, surrounded by a bubble.
That sounds so incredibly stupid. So has it become the Burnham and Booker show?
Well, no, I mean, this episode was really. I mean, there was Burnham, Book, Stamets. There was a decent amount of Saru. And yeah, I think that is beamable. I think I might have to. I might have to find that music and do something with it.
So I see them using the.
Do you see it?
Yeah. I don't see it yet, but I see where she's like trying to talk to him. Oh, that's so.
I'll find it. I got it.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
Why?
It's the cone of silence.
Why would you even have that as a thing?
What is this?
And plus, if they can read lips,
mm-hmm.
then it's dumb. Dislike gunman.
Well, now you're attacking the microphone. I don't know if they can hear that. Okay, yeah. Hi. It's the circle of silence. Yes. Hello, apparently silence, my old friend. All I said
was maybe they could have braced for impact better. If Tilly moved faster? Well, I guess I'll have to watch it. That does seem like a jerkish thing to say. I mean, how you positioned it was pretty rough. Let's be honest, Jordan. That's a pretty rough way of positioning it. If we're all being...
Yeah, you don't have to be a jerk about Tilly's weight. I mean, yes, Tilly is huge, but... And I've commented on the fact that Tilly is way too big to be serving in the military. But yeah.
I mean, we'd all tap it. Let's not lie.
No.
Yeah. Don't lie.
And Multi Gunman says the live stream starts at 8:30. It's 8:39 late. Well, we're not late. What are you talking about? We've been going.
Hold on. we are live now at the...
Yeah, we've been live though for more than 10 minutes. So what's your problem?
Are you okay? Are we in the room with you?
Huh?
What? Tell T'Pring. Oh, it's nighty night time.
T'Pring is just nuts. T'Pring is. I'm telling you, T'Pring is not an Earth dog. That's all I can figure out.
See, even Bradley agrees. Lore isn't wrong. That's right. We'd all tap it.
Lore isn't wrong about
Tapping it.
Oh, okay.
Getting some of that Tilly sexy time.
You can have that. No, thank you. Not
We call it sexly.
Okay, are you just trying to get down? Is it okay? Look, okay. If you want to get down, okay. You know, it's funny because she has little steps to go to the floor, but she won't. She won't go down. She'll come up the steps, but she won't go down.
Huh.
And Professor Brady Speck says you aren't wrong at this moment. Is she my first Chihuahua? Yes, she is, but that's beside the point.
I think we all know that I'm not wrong about most things. Like how Janeway is the best atheist.
I haven't watched that video yet. So why is Janeway the best atheist? And is Janeway truly an atheist?
She is. Yeah, she says she is multiple times.
But how could she be an atheist if she goes on a spirit quest and gets her spirit animal and does that crap? And doesn't she like meet God in one episode? And
so she tolerates or just goes with the flow with other people's religion, but she believes that there's a scientific or pragmatic explanation behind it.
Mm-hmm.
And so and she's perfectly fine to not necessarily question or look behind the answer to things if people don't want to do that, unless it's saving her crew or whatever. So that's generally what her stance is. So I think she's pretty reasonable for an atheist at least.
And
Picard, that's for sure.
BK says, had an epiphany regarding T'Pring. She's been drinking too much coffee. I think she is coffee. That's my guess. Dislike, you two are late. Joke's on you, multi-gunman, since dislikes don't count anymore. Ha 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 ha.
I thought the Yum Yum chick was good looking. Probably the first time you've ever been wrong, Darth Maul. That's okay.
Are Salty Tricker and Lore Reloaded pregnant? No, but Lore has been known to be pregnant from time to time.
It happens, yeah.
Yes.
It's asexual. I'm not with anybody or anything. I just suddenly become pregnant.
Yeah.
Your mom really likes it, is from what I'm hearing.
What?
Professor Brainy Speck's mom's huge fan of it.
Okay.
Yeah. Can I talk about other people? Is that okay?
Yeah,
or is that against the rules now?
No, you can talk about other people if you want.
Yeah.
So yeah. So yeah.
This is the worst Christmas ever.
So what do you think of the cone of silence? That's what I want to know.
I think that they come up with dumb stuff that I don't understand why it even exists. Why would you have that on the? I just don't understand why that would even be a thing. Wouldn't you trust?
It seems like an awfully specific piece of equipment to happen to have that we've only seen used once in all of Trek. And hey, Kronos, no, you are not late and you are not being ignored. And hey, Alex. Is naked a fashion? Good question. In Laura's case, it's a very interesting... Laura is known to choose that particular fashion from time to time.
Who doesn't like to be naked? What's wrong with that?
You like to, dance naked on camera.
I do like dance naked. That's right.
With guns out.
And ready.
and touching the barrel tips to each other.
Well, you got to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only way. That's what we call just being polite.
Yeah.
If I'm pregnant, it's yours, April V. So there's that.
Yes.
You're like, would you like to learn about Jeebus? I don't know who Jeebus is. But yeah. So you want to hear something funny though? Not related at all, because I've been doing stuff when it comes to religion. And atheism on the channel, and this dude got into a long-winded fight with me about how religion isn't a major part of themes when it comes to Trek.
Okay.
And I found that kind of funny, kind of laughable.
That there are no religious themes in Trek?
Yeah.
Did he never watch Deep Space Nine or
the original series or the Next Generation?
Yeah. I'm just saying Deep Space Nine in particular. I mean, because the Bajoran faith was like kind of a major thing.
Well, I mean, they had Space Jesus. I mean, literally, he turned into Space Jesus and like was taken back into heaven after defeating the devil. So yeah, I mean, there was lots of references there. Jeebus is the devil for Avis. Okay. Even TNG touched. I would say TNG touched on religion. I would say there were multiple instances where religion played a part.
Right, and multiple episodes. I mean, Picard flat out stated his disapproval of religion, and so I mean, Picard did not care for religion.
Well, and it's not just that. If we look at direct, not even indirect stuff, but direct references. We had the woman who pretended to be the devil. We have, of course, Who Watches the Watchers. We had Q pretending to be God and creating the universe. I mean, there's just multiple episodes like that.
Right. And for those of you that were wondering, okay, so now we can share. Oh no, we can't share. No, never mind. I forgot.
What were you about to share?
I wonder if it'll let me. I was going to try to share the screen, but I don't think...
Oh, you actually can. There's just there's a setting in that you have to turn it off, and I forget what it is, but there's a setting that allows you to do it.
You don't know what setting it is, though?
No, I can tell you it's specifically in the browser, but I forget specifically what it was because I used to record my stuff, right?
Right.
And I had to record it off of it, but I forget what it is. I'll be honest with you. Let me see if I can show it though. Let's see.
Yeah, I was going to show the cone of silence because that is so hilarious.
Right. Let's see. I don't see it around him too, though. Did they have it around him specifically?
No. It's just around her because Book is on his ship.
Right.
And and Book doesn't, obviously Stamets doesn't care about privacy.
Right. I mean, it doesn't make sense anyway. So the fact if they did it is why I wouldn't be surprised if he had it too. Here we go. Let's see. Share.
It really is a good thing that only the columns that don't have people in front of them burst out flames.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
No, I want to share a window. Here it is. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Hold on.
So there's the cone of silence. You can see the bubble around Burnham. So that bubble around Burnham makes it so that nobody can hear her talking to Book. So they now officially have the cone of silence.
Aw. That's funny. Really, you really do need to meme that. I agree.
Yeah.
You need to put that have the first few seconds right before so she talks and then start playing the music.
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious.
And then just have that whole thing that they always do on the show where they're like, huh? What?
Let's see. So yeah, man, I like Get Smart. It had some good stuff in. Star Trek Lower Decks sucks. It must be an adult Star Trek cartoon. They still blur out the nudity. That's kind of stupid. Do you think you saw the same type of nudity on Star Trek Discovery? I don't actually hate that they block out the nudity or that they even censor some of the words. You don't. I think you can infer it or use that. I don't know why it's stupid. Um, I don't. What's Adam trying to tell us? He's one of your fans. What's he trying to tell us?
Adam, let's see. Star Trek Lower Decks sucks. It must be an adult Star Trek cartoon. They still blur out the nudity. It's kind of stupid. Do you think they so thinking? I'm not sure what Adam's getting at. Are you saying they should like just show full on nudity, or are you saying that they shouldn't? Because personally, I think that they take it too far on Lower Decks in a couple of episodes, like the one with the orgy scene. I think that they could have cut 10 seconds out of that episode. It would have been just as funny, and you didn't need all that crap. But yeah, but that's just me. I'm a prude, right? I'm a, or whatever. What's
True.
you
Yeah, prude. Sexless.
know.
Sad.
Star Trek Discovery has the cone of silence. What are they, 5? Apparently, yes. Yeah.
What is the big sword thing? But the big sword thing is from Final Fantasy VII. If you've ever played that, it's the Buster Sword that the main character, main protagonist, Cloud is the name, has. Someone
Okay,
said Trek
so let's
Heroes
see you
ranks for
get up
best
and
first
swing it around like Star Wars kid right now.
Star Wars. There's no way. The thing's too heavy.
Mm-hmm.
That you cannot fight with that. I mean, that is seriously science fiction because there is no way that thing is unwieldy. So, what's your favorite first season? Star Trek first season?
Who are you just asking?
No, that one of your people are asking.
Best Star Trek first season?
Mm-hmm.
Probably have to be thinking of all the shows. Probably have to be the original series.
Yeah, I would have been surprised if it wasn't.
I mean, the original series, the first season is arguably the best season of the original series, and that's the think Trek show that you can say that, really.
Right. I disagree. I think we all know what the first best Trek series season was. It's the only one that was good, which would be, can you guess it?
So, say that again.
Sure. Can you guess what the best season is? The first best season? You can't. It's not original series. I think we all know what it is.
The first best season?
Yeah. First best season. The best first season of Trek.
Yeah, it was TOS.
No,
I already said it.
No, it wasn't. What one was it? You know which one it was.
It was clearly TOS.
Nah, it's Lower Decks. Everybody knows that. Facts. See? You can't even counter it. You know I'm right.
So Adam is saying they should show full nudity on Lower Decks because we saw Mikey Spock naked on Discovery. Well, first of all, Adam, let me say this. There's no character on Star Trek named Mikey Spock. So if you wanna continue this discussion, call the character by their proper name. However, we never did see Michael Burnham nude on the show.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. When would we have seen her out?
Yeah, Sonequa Martin Green was never nude on the show.
I think we could all appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, believe me, I would not be complaining if she was. Second of all, whether or not there is nudity on a show is not a barometer of quality, right? Just because there's nudity doesn't make a show better or worse. It has to be whether or not it does the nudity or graphic content of any kind really. Does it organically serve the story, or is it gratuitous? Is the very nature of gratuitous content means it's simply there
I have
to
got
be there.
something better.
And thank you, Mercer throws a buck in.
Mercer create $1. We saw a naked woman in season 3 of TNG. Also, DS9 had the best first season.
We saw a naked woman in TNG season 3. What?
I don't think we saw a naked. You might have seen like from a distance or from this, someone from the back, but cleverly hidden the proper parts. But you didn't see full on nudity. I mean, people say, oh well, like in the naked now, you saw people who were nudity was implied, but you didn't actually see nudity. Or at least not what the network censors would call nudity. DS9 season 1 was not bad. I didn't dislike DS9 season 1.
Well,
But I wouldn't
get crazy.
I have got
but I wouldn't
something
call it
better.
epic.
They must be confusing the ugly nude Klingarks with Burnham.
Mercer create $1. Nude model matter of perspective TNG.
Nude model matter. When you say nude model, do you mean like a literal model, like one of those, like a statue kind of thing, or
nude model? What was the name of it?
Matter of perspective. Captain Trek is in the house. Says hello. Professor Brady Trek says DS9. I already read that. Confirmed. A salty Trekker thinks Burnham was naked. Whatever.
So what they're talking about is this chick who has her back turned. That's being drawn.
Gotcha.
And so you don't.
And I'm sure you
anything,
see her from like the
her
waist up, right?
No. You see her. You see her back and her thigh and her leg. She's just looking away from, or she's facing away from the camera.
Gotcha.
So it's implied, but you don't see any of the naughty bits or anything.
Right. Was your son able to find more super chats? Yes, Kronos. And in fact, when there's actually one super chat hidden if somebody super chats the correct amount. BK Dan says off Star Trek. There's a full-on nudity original release of Stargate SG-1. Yeah, it's a kind of a gratuitous shot. I've seen the unedited version. It's just because it was originally released on, what was it, Cinemax or Showtime or whatever, and there was a nude shot in the original release.
Oh yeah, that's actually what's interesting is that's actually in the
it's on the DVD.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's Netflix or wherever you can watch it online.
Yeah,
I surprised the living heck out of me. I was surprised that they showed that. Yeah, I was like, wow.
Bets on how long Salty Checker is going to be in the doghouse for saying he wouldn't mind seeing a certain Discovery character nude. I'd say a week at least. Robert, you know what? Mrs. Anti-Trekker almost said, my wife knows my tastes. And it's not like, it's not like, what, am I going to go to Hollywood and get a date with Sonequa Martin Green? Yeah, that's not going to happen. Mercer says Data and his friends were, and besides, Sonequa Martin Green needs some meat on her bones before I'd be really all that interested in her. Mercer says Data and his friends were painting a nude model. Yeah, that's what Laura was talking about. BK says Data's daughter was Nide, I assume he nude, in a first hologram when choosing bodies. What's is the correct amount? Well, if I told you the correct amount, that would kind of ruin the fun, now wouldn't it?
You get less money too.
Yeah. SG was originally Showtime. Yes, that's what I thought, but I wasn't 100% sure. You guys go make a live stream talking about the MCU.
I have got something better.
And Mercer puts in another buck. So
Mercer create $1. A lot of people were smiling coming out of Afterlife. The budget for the film was $75 million and it didn't depend on lots of green screen, though it had some. I loved seeing the ghost-busting equipment in the film. Fun film.
I look forward to seeing Afterlife. But I will not be seeing it until it is streamable. The only movie I plan on seeing in theaters this year is Spider-Man. That's just, my plan.
You think that's going to be good?
Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Oh, heck yeah. Ah, somebody figured out the amount. Yes, it is.
Joe_Biden $5.
So you're not going to watch. So you're going to watch Far From Home.
Some moron caused prices to skyrocket and I can't afford
Captain
stuff.
Marvel coming out? No,
Hello, Santa and Wolverine. Number 22, Hail Kuroga.
All right. So first of all, let me address. So Adam says, if you meet Cynical Martin Green, you should make an adult video with her. I would buy a copy. I would not do that because, I just wouldn't do that. And Joe Biden was the person who figured out the secret amount. And so this is the most I can afford. Some moron caused prices to skyrocket, and I can't afford stuff. Hello, Santa and Wolverine, number 22, and Hail Kuroga. Thank you, Joe Biden. All right, what were you starting to say, Laura?
I don't know. So you're not going to watch any of the other movies? So they got, what is it? Guardians of the Galaxy is going to be coming out.
Not before Spider-Man. Spider-Man comes out in like 3 weeks.
I didn't say before Spider-Man, now did I? What I said was...
I said the only movie this year I plan on seeing. This
There's
year
no other
ends
ones
in a
coming out
month, you know.
Well, sure, but I mean, there's still some out there that you may not have seen. I don't know. I'm worried to go to the theaters because I did not get my COVID shot. Kevin Sorbo said the more people die...
I have got something better.
The more people die from the vaccine, the actual disease.
Mercer create $1. Name the episode with this quote. Picard, not good enough. Damn it. Not good enough.
Do you know the type, how much? Oh, man. So if more people died from the vaccine than the actual disease.
Daniel, that kind of, first of all, we're not going to even entertain that kind of talk. Second of all,
you're right.
Yeah, that'll get the channel shut down. Second of all, that is absolute insanity. Okay. If you're believing that kind of crap, that's just nuts. Okay.
And Fox News would be going crazy.
Yeah.
Man. That's a ratings grab. You're just printing money if you can prove the vaccines did more.
Yeah, but we're not gonna derail the live stream by starting to talk about that. Okay.
Well, I mean it kind of fits in with the MCU when you think about it.
No, it doesn't. Shut up.
Kevin Sorbo has gone off the deep end now. You got to admit, he's been.
Kevin Sorbo has.
Yeah, Hercules. You don't know who Kevin Sorbo is?
I know the name.
So you've never watched Hercules? You've never watched Xena, the Warrior Princess?
I don't give a crap about Xena.
So you've never watched... Well, yeah, it's a woman. I'm sorry.
No, I just don't give a crap about that show. I never watched it.
I get it. It features women and feminist power.
Yeah, that's why I don't.
You never watched Hercules, the Legends of... The Legendary whatever? The Legendary...
No, I never cared about Hercules either.
Okay. Did you ever watch Andromeda?
No.
Okay. How's it feel not having a good childhood, like growing up with...
I am older than you, so that wasn't my childhood.
I mean, I'm just saying, how's it feel not being able to? He has done some... How do you not know Kevin Sorbo?
I know the name. I just said that. But anyway, what about him?
He's gone crazy. So he's gone, like, ultra crazy, like the what we were talking about.
Oh, like anti-vax crazy?
Yeah, and he, just, extreme pro-Christian stuff. It's like, let me rephrase that.
So now Christians are crazy. I see.
I mean, well, no, I mean like the deep end. You know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Like, it's the mark of the beast.
Right. I get it. You know, and there's tracking devices in the vaccine and that crap. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's just sad. Sad to see that happen to him. But anyway. I can't believe that you never watched Hercules.
No, I you know what? Honestly, sword and sandals stuff has never been my forte. And so that kind of stuff has never been really what I've been into. Benny, what do I think of Prodigy? I think Star Trek Clone Wars is okay. It's not, you know.
Is it getting better? You know what? You shouldn't say that.
I'm going to wait until, I'm honestly going to probably wait till the whole thing is done and then binge the whole thing. And I'm sorry, Mercer says, name the episode with this quote. Picard, not enough, damn it. Not good enough. Oh, gosh. I'm sorry, and I'm sorry. Yeah, I got lost in all the shuffle with all the craziness from Lord. Do you remember which episode that was? Right on the tip of my tongue. Not enough, damn it! Not good enough. I can see him saying it.
Oh, it was the one with they went back in time and they were losing against the Klingons.
Yesterday's Enterprise?
Yeah, because he wanted to change. Like they were debating sending the.
That's
ship
right.
back.
It wasn't good enough reason to
Right.
to risk everything.
Right.
Gotcha. Anyway, so Thomas, no, we're not talking about tracking devices and tracers. Shut up. Stop. Jeez.
Who's tracing what? What's going on?
Thomas is talking about he has 3 tracking devices on him now, and I don't want to. No,
I mean, we carry around cell phones. Those are the ultimate tracking devices.
That's true.
Laura watched the Hawkeye series. That is a snore fest. It takes place in Christmas.
I like the Hawkeye series. Dang.
I haven't watched it yet. I'm interested. I love Christmas. I like Hawkeye. Let me ask you this, since you've seen it.
Well, I've seen the first 2 episodes. I mean,
does the sidekick or whatever, is it basically Hawkeye plus friend, or they're trying to introduce a new, are they having a scrappy young female to be a part of it because that's what you do in
she is a wannabe. She and so and I will
and stuff, or is she praised? So is she mocked because she's a wannabe, or are they like building?
Oh no,
up
she is a. And that's the interesting thing about it, because this show breaks all the rules that have been set up in recent years, and that's something I really like. For example, one rule is that the wife has to be really pissed at Hawkeye because Hawkeye is going on another mission, right? But no, Hawkeye's wife is very understanding and, in fact, very supportive of Hawkeye going on the mission. And, in fact, when Hawkeye tells her how he's risking his life in order to try and get this situation taken care of, she's like, all right, honey, the kids will understand, and hopefully you'll be home for Christmas. And I mean, like, she's a great wife. So that's number one. I love that. The girl who is the wannabe Hawkeye, so she has been practicing archery since 2012 when Hawkeye accidentally saved her life during the alien invasion from the first Avengers movie. And they actually show that in a flashback from the first Avengers movie. You actually, that one of the specific arrows that was fired in the Avengers movie saved her life because one of the Chitauri was heading straight for her apartment. And Hawkeye saved her. And Mercer, thank you again.
The Enterprise computer system is controlled by 3 primary
trying to change the subject.
With a redundant Melichord's Ramistat, 14 kilocquad interface modules.
And you have got so much trivia knowledge in your head, I don't know where you get it. And CIA donated $1. Uh-oh.
CIA $1. Hello, Mr. Crawford. Can you please tug your left ear just once? We need to see if something is working.
I don't know if I should do that. The CIA wants me to tug my left ear. Should I do it?
I mean, why wouldn't you do it? That's just good. That's just polite.
There, is that good? All right. So, thank you, Mercer, and thank you, CIA. All right, so she's been practicing archery since 2012. She was like 5 years old in 2012, and so now she's however old she would be. And so she's a young lady. She's like a world champion archer. She's a world champion martial artist because she was inspired by Hawkeye. She's been dedicating her life to becoming a protector, a hero, and all this. And she sucks at it. Compared to Hawkeye. She's a world-class archer, and she's an absolute world-class martial artist. But she's not. She doesn't have these insane level skills that an Avenger would have, and so that that kind of it's just, and so she kind of accidentally steps into some stuff that she did not want to get involved with.
One of the things I like about these
I
series,
have got
though, is
something
how
better.
they actually interact.
And I'm
with
sorry,
other people.
Alex. That kind of we're not talking about. Yeah,
CIA $1.
Kyle Rittenhouse
Nice to see you
is
still in
not a
Murfreesboro,
hero
Tennessee.
for what he did.
Have a good night.
That
See
kind of
you
thing.
soon.
No. No. It is not a heroic thing to do to take an assault weapon to a protest and shoot people. You can argue that I'm not saying he broke the law. You can argue it was self-defense. It was not heroic. And we're not having that conversation.
I have got
that
something
conversation
better.
is over.
Man, just a beautiful human being. That's all I'm
Mercer
saying.
Creed
One of-
$1.
one
Who is
of
the only
God's
person to
chosen,
play himself in an episode of Star Trek?
And the only person to play himself in Star Trek was Stephen Hawking. That one I knew. Sorry, we're not going down the Kyle Rittenhouse road. And I've already made it clear I am not interested in debating Kyle Rittenhouse on this channel. And
Rittenhouse 2021, maybe 2023.
what?
Rittenhouse 2023.
Oh, will you stop, Laura? Please don't encourage people on that one. I really don't want to go there. Because that is, I understand. Look, I understand that people support him, and people are passionate about that. I also understand people are passionately against him. I'm not saying he broke the law. I don't think that he did, but I also don't think that someone who takes a can of gasoline to a matchstick party should be called a hero. That's it. And that's all I'm saying. Anyway, see, this is what happens when you bring that to Super Chats. I'm planning on bringing more in. The problem is that the system, and I'm trying to figure it out, the Streamlabs system is very limiting as far as what you can do, and I'm trying to figure out some of that, but we'll see. Why don't you, Professor Brainy Specs, don't believe in aliens in the multiverse? Why don't you and Professor Brady Specs don't believe in aliens or the multiverse? Has Star Trek taught you about these things? Huh?
Can't help but notice that you banned Alex, but when Vile says let's talk about Hawkeye, not pansy ass punks, you ain't banning him, and I don't
Hawkeye
know.
isn't
And direct. I don't know if we're staying consistent.
What?
You don't like Rittenhouse? It's all right. Get it.
Lore.
You ban one, but not the other. I see how it is.
Stop. Anyway, Sidekick
I'm just saying.
Okay, thank you, BK. Sidekick is 22. I couldn't remember how old she was. I'm not sure what you mean, Daniel. Why don't you and Professor Brainspecs, why don't we believe in aliens or the multiverse? Why don't I believe in aliens or the multiverse? Are you talking about in real life? Or are you talking... Why...
Maybe they are. Maybe do aliens exist in real life? And is there a multiverse?
I have seen no evidence to either one.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Laura, don't you think it sucks that Netflix shows are not canon to the MCU? It sucks because Netflix shows are amazing. Aren't some of the Netflix shows canon? I thought like the Hawkeye and the
Those are Disney Plus.
Oh, that's right.
The Netflix shows are not canon. That's the Daredevil, Jessica Jones, the Defenders shows.
Jessica Jones isn't canon?
I don't believe so.
Oh. Yeah, I think that sucks. Iron Fist was horrible. Well, that's true. I didn't watch most of Iron Fist. You really liked not Iron Fist. What was it? Black dude from the hood.
Black Dude from the Hood. That was the name of the show. You didn't know
It
that?
was a Marvel. Yeah, that's exactly.
Luke
No, it was a
Cage.
Yeah, Luke Cage.
Yes.
You really liked Luke Cage, didn't you?
I did. Well, I have. I have his first appearance in comics. I like his character. I thought they did a good job with him.
Right.
And unfortunately, yeah, I think the Defenders, honestly, had they stuck the landing with Iron Fist, the Defenders could have been pretty good. But they really botched it with Iron Fist. And so honestly, I just say reboot the whole thing and try it again.
Okay.
So because hey, you got, now that Disney has shown what they can do with these streaming shows, let's bring in the Defenders. Let's do it right.
Do you would you have Jessica Jones be done correct? I'm sorry, a black dude from the hood was hurt people's sensibilities.
Did you hurt somebody's feelings?
For that. I apologize that, hey, guys, you know what? I'm sorry. A person of color from a depressed location that is in an urban area. Does that make you feel better?
Did you hurt somebody's feelings?
Do you have your little baba? Do you need your baba?
Whose feelings did you hurt?
Apparently everybody's. Apparently you can't say a black person from the hood. God forbid that happened. You know what? You're the one that gave me that description when we talked about it years ago. That's how
I'm giving you a hard time.
I know. I'm not saying you. I'm just talking about the other people. Apparently Kronos is triggered. He has the ouchies.
And I'm sorry if I missed anybody's chat. It's not intentional. I'm just the chat's going about a million miles an hour here right now. But by the way, as far as believing in multiverse or aliens in real life, look, as far as I can tell, there's only one universe. I have no reason to believe there's more of me in existence than just me. And God forbid there should be more than one lore.
I know, right?
So, I don't think that there's more universes out there. The many worlds theories is an interesting, if kind of ludicrous interpretation of quantum mechanics, and I don't buy into it. That's all. Anyway.
Please rank D+ shows this far, worst to best. I don't know all of the D+ shows for the MCU. I liked Loki.
So I was trying to think chronologically. The first one, of course, was WandaVision.
It was a good villain as the main character show, I thought.
And Mercer's going to take off. All right, buddy, you have a good one.
So it looks like they have Hawkeye, WandaVision, Loki. What if?
And April, I did not need to know that. Oh man, I did not need to know that.
What's she saying? What's it about?
Do you read her comment?
Oh, I did. I did do that. That's right. Hey, every married man or man who has a wife or girlfriend, you should start a tracking app on our phone. Adam, you just seem like you'd be fun at parties.
If you have a tracking app on your wife or girlfriend, then you do not trust your wife or girlfriend.
Oh, look at Thomas Potts. Woke if. Oh, that triggered. All right, so Hawkeye, WandaVision, Loki, What If, Legends, Mandalorian.
Mandalorian?
Well, it's an MCU. That's not an MCU property.
No, Mandalorian is a Disney Plus show, but it's not a MCU show.
I put Disney Plus MCU shows, and that's what pulled up. It also has, Agent Carter, I guess makes sense.
Agent Carter's not Disney Plus, though, but I don't know if it's considered canon.
It's on Disney Plus, yeah. It's on Disney Plus. Yeah. Maybe they just transferred it from Netflix, but it's on Disney Plus. I mean, on that point, was Legends? Well, Legends, I guess, was, yeah. Would we include X-Men? That's on Disney Plus now.
No, because it's not an original Disney Plus show.
Yeah, it wasn't original. Yeah, that's fair. All right, so it would be Hawkeye, WandaVision, Loki, What If, and Legends, I guess. And Inhumans. I haven't watched Inhumans.
I don't know that Inhumans is going to count either.
Yeah. Well, that's like the X-Men, though, isn't it, basically?
They were going to try to do the Inhumans as kind of a... That was before the Fox deal.
Yeah, before they acquired.
Yeah. I think that... well, honestly, I think that they were all interesting shows in their own way. You know, but... and the funny thing is that in each show... I don't think the MCU has made a bad show yet.
Kathleen Kennedy apparently is destroying it, though.
Yeah, well, that's...
She's destroying it, man. It's going away.
Well, Runaway, the stuff that's on Hulu is not canon.
Right.
And Runaways and Cloak and Dagger are Hulu shows.
So I haven't seen a Hawkeye, so I'll reserve judgment. I can't really speak to that one. If
Right.
I had to rank, I would put either What If or Loki in first, and then which one ever I didn't choose in the second slot for that. What was Legends about?
Legends, I don't think was... The Legends, that's just the behind-the-scenes show.
Oh, okay, so we don't have to worry about that.
Right, and then you just have WandaVision. Yeah, and I think that's it.
So yeah, so I guess it'd be What If. I mean, if you put me to the fire, I'd almost... Man, I don't know. I really like Loki. I'd do Loki, What If, and WandaVision is how I'd do it. Now, if we included all the others, I would do Loki, What If, Jessica Jones, WandaVision, and Agent Carter.
See, I don't want to
really
include...
watch the
Because
others.
I get to... you know, because I really like Jessica Jones. I really like Luke Cage. But unfortunately, those shows don't count. So I'm trying...
How would you rank the four, then?
As far as the 4D+, the official shows...
Yeah.
Gosh, it's tough because... Well, Hawkeye is hard to rank because we don't know where it's going yet, but it's a lot of fun so far. I have good feelings about it, but I really like Loki. I'm going to put that at number 1. What If, I really liked what they did with What If, but the animation I really hated with What If.
Yeah, it's stylistic. What do you think of the story? I guess it all counts.
Yeah, the story I liked, the animation I hated, but the animation pushed it down for me. So I would put WandaVision ahead of What If. And so I would probably go... my gut's telling me it's probably going to end up being Loki, Hawkeye, WandaVision, What If.
Okay. So it was cut off. I'm not sure if we want to read it, but Disney needs to buy Viacom, CBS, and Bad Robot. At least we get the 4 horsemen of the entertainment apocalypse. Man, I agree. I think, the best thing that could ever happen to me is for Disney to buy Trek. Oh, dude.
But it would never happen. The problem is the FCC would never allow that. Because Disney is already so big. They are not going to allow Disney to... Oh, I forgot about Falcon and Winter Soldier. Dang. Thanks, Darth.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Shoot, that throws a monkey wrench. So I would have to throw Falcon... Oh, man.
I think Falcon would be number 3 for me. I think it would take that slot.
So I would have to go...
it might be number 2.
I would bump it. Yeah, I would. So I would still keep Loki at number 1. So I think I would go probably Loki, Hawkeye, Falcon and Winter Soldier, and then WandaVision and What If. I would still put... Because I think Falcon and Winter Soldier, I think, edged out WandaVision and What If for me.
So let me say this, too, just going back to what you're saying. I don't know that the FCC would stop Disney from buying the IP of Trek. I don't know that they could stop them from buying the IP of Trek. I don't know that intellectual property counts as
right, but that would mean that would assume that Paramount would want to sell the IP.
Yeah, then that's well, of course they do, because as you know, they're doing so badly with it. The company is just going over. It's bankrupting and everything.
Yeah, but that's
and
the big lie. That's the thing that people, I know that people want to believe that they're just losing money hand over fist. But if they were honestly losing that kind of money, then Paramount Plus would probably already be looking at options for selling out.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's just silly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a people's. I don't even know what that means.
Well, Kronos, just so you know, is slightly insane. Just so you know.
Paramount hates Star Trek. They refuse to make any shows whatsoever.
Daniel says, Laura, guess...
They've got like 12 they got 12 series out right now for Trek. What did you say?
Well, so Daniel says that Disney's going to buy the WWE and they'll buy Spider-Man back from Sony.
That's going to happen. Yeah.
Daniel, I understand that's just wishful thinking. I don't know about the WWE, but they're never going to get Spider-Man from Sony. That's Thomas, not, that would.
Thomas has a point too, by the way. I'm sorry.
But Disney is going bankrupt. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, Disney can't afford anything. They're going bankrupt because of how badly they're doing with the movies and everything. It's not. It's only getting mid hundreds of millions, not trillions.
Yeah, Laura, please fix your sarcasm detector. Yeah, that.
I can't help it.
Laura's never sarcastic. What are you
I'm
talking?
Just saying, Vile supports the wrong people. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, the idea that Sony is going to sell Spider-Man is like, every time people say that, look, and I'm not laughing at you, Daniel. I'm laughing at the people that tell you this stuff, okay? Because it's so ridiculous. Because it's like, hey, Sony's got this one property that they could put out they could literally cast Lore Reloaded as Spider-Man and then cast me as Aunt May and make a movie with a budget of, say, $100,000 and release it nationwide, and that movie would probably make at least $100 million at the box office. I'm not kidding. It would make, it would be the worst movie ever, but it would gross $100 million. It would be absolutely horrible, but it would.
Well, they let us do, they did let us do Captain America versus
Wolverine. Yes, they did.
You still have that?
I wish I did. That was.
I'm pretty sure I have that.
Yeah, if you have that, you got to get it to me. But yeah, so that's how powerful the Spider-Man franchise is they could take and do that and it would work. Now imagine if they put a little bit of effort into it, which they've done. The Tobey Maguire movies, love them or hate them, the Andrew Garfield movies, love them or hate them, now the Tom Holland movies, right? They are making money hand over fist every time they make a Spider-Man movie, and now the Venom movies, and now the crossover movies. Now they got Morbius coming. They've got all this stuff coming that's making them money. And then they're going to say,
Civil War?
You know what? Screw it. We'll just piss it away.
Did we call it Civil War? Do you remember?
What's that?
The thing you and me did?
Yeah, I think it was called Civil War.
Right, okay.
It was like a preview for Civil War.
Yeah, so many people were pissed off about it. It was awesome. Good times. Good times. Yeah, I don't know. People are silly. I don't see why. I guess they like the fiction. Are you still here?
Yep.
Okay, I thought maybe it shut down or something.
But yeah,
what writing specs do?
And Daniel, the reason Universal gave the rights for the Hulk back to Marvel is because Universal didn't know what to do. And honestly, Universal's been bleeding for a while.
Have they made any movies?
Universal Pictures? The only profitable franchise Universal has is the Fast and Furious movies.
Okay, and that's gone. Man, where is it? I know I have it somewhere. I was trying to find it before we got off tonight because that would be
That'd be a great way to
wondrous.
close out the live stream.
Yeah, but I don't know. I know it's here somewhere, but I'm not sure exactly where it is. Dude, that was so funny. Made people so mad.
So the but yeah, they're never going to get rid of Spider-Man. The only reason that that Marvel got Fantastic Four and X-Men back is because Fox is just got out of the entertainment business. You know, Fox decided, you know what, we're just going to do news and sports.
Here it is.
You found it?
Yeah, hold on. I think.
And the and I.
Okay. I'm sorry, dude. We were so stupid. Sorry, you keep going. I'm about to send it to you. It's 4 minutes. It was back. We did a skit before it, and then here.
There's 2 skits on there.
No, we did a skit showing it. Like it was Gaming Heretic and Pastor Mike, and it started out with you and me watching it. I forget exactly what we were doing on it. Where the hell are you?
Don't worry, Vile. We'll play it.
Nope. Now Vile chooses the wrong people. We ain't playing it now. Vile wants us to do it. It's not getting done. There it is.
But yeah, the So
if you play it, can I hear it? Probably not.
Who knows? Maybe not if I play it on XSplit. If I share the screen with it, I guess.
No, just play it so they can see it. It's whatever. Do whatever you want.
How are you sending it to me?
I just put it in the private chat. I can put it in Discord too if we need to.
No, that's fine.
I forget all of what's in it. It just has the fight with you and me though.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, you gotta. There's. Okay, I'll just queue it up and.
Just do it wherever they can hear it.
All right, guys. So you're in for a real treat here. Man. Hey, this is heavy. Good.
Tell me when to start playing it.
I think it'd probably be easier to download it and then play it directly in XSplit.
You won't be able to hear it though if you do that, right?
Huh? Yeah, I'll be able to hear it.
Oh, okay.
But
I didn't think you could hear it if you played it in XSplit.
Okay, well, actually, no, never mind. I can do it this way. All right. Do it. All right, so if we go to share screen.
I can't hear you anymore.
You can't hear me. Why not?
Oh, I can hear you now.
Why? Okay, what happened to the audio?
It sounded like something on your side. I don't know. All right, you ready to play it?
Just a minute. I'm working on it. Jeez. Can you see that?
I can see it, yeah.
All right. All right, guys. You ready for a treat here?
Look at that farmer's tan. That's sexy right there. I'm just sitting here telling you, communism is the best type of government. It's fair, each to their own, to their needs. it's the way that it needs to be. Xavier believes in communism.
I am the living embodiment of capitalism. Communism sucks. My Little Pony sucks, and you like My Little Pony. Therefore, communism sucks.
I put the bro in brony. And you won't be talking about My Little Pony again. Do we have an understanding?
I'm changing the channel. Guess we gotta fight.
I love the fact that the claws broke. That's my favorite thing. There we go. So that was the classic Blood, Bone, and Claws.
It was. Back in the day. Slappy fight. We had ourselves a little slappy fight. Anyway, so what all did we learn today?
Well, we learned that take socialist democracy over capitalism and communism every day of the week. Well, Charles Wilson says, April's going to bed. Kronos needs to buy more bleach.
Well, we all should be socked in.
Yeah, see, Robert, I'm not a hobbit. I'm taller than Lore, obviously. Significantly taller than Lore.
Well, you were standing on something.
But no, everybody thinks I'm short for some reason.
I love how you ignore that. Just saying you were standing on a box.
Whatever.
We all saw it.
And Daniel, why are you ripping on The only reason why Spider-Man is doing well is because of the MCU, is because it's on the MCU. What are you talking about? Every Spider-Man movie has done well. Without exception, every Spider-Man movie has been profitable. I know people have been ripping on the fact that they've rebooted Spider-Man, a couple of times, but every Spider-Man movie has made money. Even the most disappointing Spider-Man movie has made money. So you can't, Andrew Garfield those Spider-Man movies have made money. Every Spider-Man movie makes money. People. All right.
Yeah, but it doesn't make enough money. You understand? They're not.
Yeah, it only makes $500 million. Oh
They're
my
not,
gosh!
They're not selling the toys of Andrew Garfield, so it's obviously not making the maximum amount of money.
Florida says Salty Chicken may not be short, but he has a small bladder.
Do you have a small bladder?
I guess so.
Oh, what's it like?
I don't know. Whatever standard. I don't know. I haven't measured it.
Well, it can't be standard because you admitted it was small. So.
Well, apparently Flugger's the only one that's measured it.
Was it did you like him measuring it? I mean, what?
No, I don't know. Whatever.
I mean, why? Does he often measure stuff for you? Or? Does he often measure stuff for you? Or?
No.
Oh, okay.
And Daniel says, I'm telling you, I bet you and more $20 once Sony makes the SSU, the Sony Spider-Man universe, with Andrew Garfield away from the MCU, it will not make as much money as the MCU. Andrew Garfield's not... I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't think they're bringing Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, they're not making an Andrew Garfield Sony Spider-Man universe that I know about.
Why would they do that? Why would
that makes about as much sense as them saying, hey, you know what? Hey, I got an idea. Let's lose money.
Yeah, why would they compete with the MCU?
Let's compete with our own product.
Yeah,
know?
I mean, just let just license it to the MCU and just make a ton of money off of it.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, I will tell you straight up, and I guarantee that Spider-Man: No Way Home. This is, I mean, okay,
Far from home.
or no, it's No Way Home is the one that's coming out in a couple of weeks. Spider-Man: No Way Home. I shouldn't say guarantee, but if I were a betting man, I would say is going to be the biggest moneymaker of 2021. All right. It's going to, if this were not a pandemic year, I would say it's probably going to be a $2 billion movie. I don't know how much it's going to actually end up making, but it's going to be a big success. It's going to be the biggest movie of the year, period. I think that Spider-Man is going to have no problem making a profit. And, you know, why wouldn't Sony just say, yeah, go ahead, keep making movies and giving us truckloads of money?
Sony does not want to share money with the Marvel Disney, so they want to make the SSU because they are greedy and don't want to share money, which is why they continue to sign licensing agreements.
Right. You know what they do to make their own money? Venom. That's why they made Venom. That's why they have Morbius. That's why they have the Venomverse, as they're calling it now. They can make all the movies they want that are related to Spider-Man that Marvel can't touch.
Right.
And they can keep doing that all they want. And if Venom makes the money, and Morbius makes the money, and these other side characters make the money, great. That's gravy for them. But you know what they're not going to do? They're not going to compete directly with Tom Holland.
Right. Could they get Tom Holland?
I think they legally could because they do still own the property. So...
why do we keep banning Professor Brainy Specs?
No, I think Professor Brainy Specs banned Valor. I'm not sure what's going on there. I think they're having an issue. And by the way, I really like Venom 2. Did you see Venom 2 yet?
No, I haven't. I haven't seen any of the Venoms.
Of course not.
Yeah.
It makes too much sense for you to watch a good movie.
I don't like watching villains.
Actually, no, this Venom is not really a villain. He truly is an anti-hero.
Right.
And Venom 2 has one of the best...
wrenches are fighting.
Huh?
The wrenches are fighting. They're banning each other is what's going on. That's funny.
Well, it looks like Valor's, guys, please, come on. Let's
it's like you said, I don't know if they could use Tom Holland, but beyond that, it would be, like you said, they just license it and they do nothing and they make so much money off it.
Right. They make enough money to keep the company going.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't make any sense for them to not do it.
Right.
And especially since with the uncertainties going of COVID and stuff, they could like say, hey, you know what? We don't know how things are going to go with this stupid pandemic. But the nice thing is that we can keep letting, Disney bankroll us so that if we make Venom movies and they don't make a ton of money, at least the company, we can still keep the lights going.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And
I didn't even know Venom was a Sony product. I just assumed, like I'm sure a lot of people assume, it's a Marvel product. Oh.
Right, but it's part of, because the way that the contract goes is that Spider-Man and all of his specific characters, and so everybody that goes with Spider-Man would be Peter Parker, J. Jonah Jameson, and then you start thinking Eddie Brock, who's an employee at the Daily Bugle. Well, Eddie Brock comes with Venom, right? And then you also get then Carnage, you get Scorpion, you get Vulture, you get all of Peter Parker's enemies.
Right.
That are specifically Spider-Man enemies. It's just like if you were to say get Batman, well, you would obviously get the Joker,
Right.
you know, but you would also get Batgirl, right? And you would also get Robin, and you would get Nightwing, and you would get Commissioner Gordon. Well, that's how you end up getting Venom, and you would get Morbius, and you would get Black Cat, and you would get some of these other side characters. Miles Morales and stuff like that. So like if they wanted to do their own Spider-Man movie, they should do a Miles Morales film.
So yeah, I'd watch that. What the just because their agreement means for them to keep it, they have to make Spider-Man every 5 years. Does the MCU Spider-Man count towards that contract?
I don't know. I'm sure there's a side deal that Sony made with Disney on that.
Right.
You know, and because it would make sense, like what I would do if I were Sony, to say, okay, so you want to bring Spider-Man into the MCU, we're under this contractual obligation that we have to make a Spider-Man movie every 3 years. Tell you what, we'll let you bring Spider-Man into the MCU, but you've got to count that as one of our movies. You know, I'd probably do some deal like that where, you know, but we don't know what's behind closed doors like that.
Right. Well, that's a crazy. Why would they even agree to that? I mean, I guess Spider-Man is worth it, but that would be an insane. You have to make a movie every. Well, I thought it was 5 years, but every.
Yeah,
so
I don't know
many
what
years,
the actual number is, but
every so many years. That's insane.
That's the standard deal though with licensing a character.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why like with the Fantastic Four, that's how the Fantastic Four ended up at Fox. Because Fantastic Four, I can't remember the name of the original company, but Fantastic Four was at a different company that had to make a Fantastic Four movie. They made the Roger Corman film, and then they were running out of time, and they gave it to Fox, and Fox made the Tim Story films, and then that abomination, Fant Four Stick. And Fant Four Stick was just an attempt to keep the contract going, and then they, but then before they could make another movie, they ended up, shutting down Fox Films, and the IP went back. And I am really looking forward to the next Fantastic Four film.
Right.
But who knows when that will be.
Who knows, indeed.
Yeah. All right, so what did we learn today? We learned that Lore Reloaded is secretly Wolverine, and I am Captain America.
And
however, we also learned that the super soldier serum causes MS, apparently. So it's a mixed bag.
Indeed. And we learned you're a sock dem, so there's that.
That I'm a sock?
Sock dem, social democrat.
I'm a social democrat.
Yep. Jodie Whittaker is the best looking female doctor so far, though. Jodie Whittaker's the only female doctor, isn't she?
Well, that's why he could say that.
Okay. You think they're going to have because rumors are she's not going to do it more. You think the next Doctor Who is going to be a female person of color?
I don't know, and honestly, don't care. The writing, to me, Jodie Whittaker her being the Doctor wasn't the problem. The problem is the writing on that show has been really bad.
Right.
So, hopefully, whenever what they need is a fresh writing staff, and when they do that, then call me and let me know if the writing gets good.
Apparently, there is a Black Doctor, the Fugitive of the Judoon, which she appeared in 2020.
No idea.
Oh, you don't watch Doctor Who anymore?
I haven't watched Doctor Who in a while.
Okay.
Apparently. I kind of gave up during the Peter Capaldi years, and then I tried to watch the first episode of Jodie, and it wasn't any better. So, yeah, haven't watched since then.
Oh, okay. Well, apparently, the Doctor becomes a black woman at some point.
So, well, I know that they did that one thing where they kind of retold the Doctor's origin, that the Doctor was actually originally a little girl, and then she regenerated like thousands of times, and like they threw out pretty much all the lore about the Doctor, and I'm like, oh, jeez. Okay, whatever.
Why would they do that?
Because the writers don't care about the lore.
Your people don't like Valor 1.
I think I'm not sure exactly what's started this fight, but I think Valor 1 and got into
Several different mods are having a fight.
Yeah, I think that they got into it with them.
Yeah, he's been banned by like 6 different mods so far.
But I will say this, and Valor, I love Valor, but I have to say this. If you get timed out by John DeMarco, it would be very, very difficult for me to believe that was not a legitimate timeout. Because John DeMarco is the most level-headed person I know.
Well, Valor 1 said, "I believe you, Kronos," and that was deleted by John DeMarco. I mean,
well, keep in mind that when you get timed out, it deletes all of your comments.
All right. Well, does John DeMarco believe that it's okay for women to have jobs like meter maids and stuff like that? Is that like one of the more reasoned mods that, he doesn't think they need to be barefoot and pregnant?
What?
Oh, he believes in more equal rights for women. That's what makes him level-headed. Or
does John DeMarco believe in equal rights for women? Is that what you're asking me?
Well, he's part of your fan base, so I assume it's not like that big, like not that big on letting women like do stuff, reading or writing. Jonathan's like, whoa.
Somebody just.
I mean, again, you didn't like Xena Warrior Princess, right?
So because I didn't like Xena Warrior Princess, you think I hate women?
So let me ask you this: if I was to pull any random panel that you've done and go through it completely, would I find attacks on women within any one of them that I choose?
I don't know.
Okay.
It depends on what the topic of discussion was, I suppose.
So you're not sure. You don't really.
And it would depend. I mean, like I said,
for that.
What are you defining as an attack? Because frankly, I generally,
frankly, women shouldn't be able to read or vote or have like actual say above a man.
No,
generally.
Wow. Why does this stuff only happen when Laura's here? I don't know, Thomas.
I'm not quite sure how my name got dragged into that.
John, I'm sorry. It's lore. Lore just brings out the worst in everybody.
Hating on Xena's just wrong. I agree. I think women should be empowered and allowed to make great series and things like that. But
when did I say women should not be allowed to make great shows?
I don't want to end women's suffering. I think people on this channel probably do.
When did I ever say that? All right, we're wrapping this up. So, thank you everybody for hanging out with us on this really bizarre episode of Fat Overlords, where Lore is trying to make me sound like I hate women.
It's not like I swear to God, we could pull any. It doesn't matter. Any one where you have a panel and there will be attack on women. It happens.
Because you make people attack women.
I don't make people. I don't even come on most of them, so I don't know how I make anybody attack anything. I'm just saying. You also talk about how cis hetero white males are being oppressed. There's that too.
Yeah, because that's all I ever talk about.
No, I didn't say you. Now, did I? I didn't say you. I said the people that you promote.
I give up.
You two are birds of a feather.
Well,
I'm just saying, anytime Bird of Prey comes on, I know I'm about to hit that anti-woman check mark that we're talking about. Where is he anyway? I haven't seen it. Usually he comes to these things.
he goes to bed pretty early.
Oh, okay.
And so, he and he hasn't been feeling well, unfortunately. So,
Oh, that's unfortunate.
yeah. But yeah.
Bird's not anti-women. He believes all of them should be in the house.
And pregnant.
Pregnant.
And cooking. All right, guys.
Oh, I forget which one it was, but it was funny. You and him were in a fight, and he's like, "Don't you technically have brain damage or something?"
All right, so yeah, so that's it for Discovery Episode 2. I didn't particularly care for it, and Laura didn't even watch it.
Yeah, it's so good. I didn't even watch it. So,
but it did have the Cone of Silence. So there's that.
And that's what matters. What did they talk about in the Cone of Silence? Was she like, "I love you," and he's like, "I love you too"?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, it sounds like the rain.
Yeah, because you hate women. All right, guys. So take care. Have a great night. And
put my channel against a panel anytime. Big fan of Tiki Torches, your fandom. But anyway.
Yeah.